good evening, and welcome to the Psychic of the Plans. I'm Aeson Knight. With me tonight is, of course, the Techie with most is Techie Joe. How are you, darling?
I'm doing pretty good. We're here. We made it.
That's debatable. It's been a busy day.
Some version of us made it.
Yeah.
Let's go with that.
The holograms are here. Hello, Miss Brenda. How are you?
Hey, Brenda.
Hope you're having a good weekend. Happy, Day of the Dead, and Gizmo get out. Swear I'm gonna blanket him.
Hey, some things.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a multi-part. Hello, Devin. How are you, darling? This is a multi-part psychic plans and psychic review. I made a decision. What was it? Day before yesterday. I didn't please myself with it enough.
Something like that, yeah.
Well, you printed it yesterday, so probably Thursday.
Yeah, I think it was like Wednesday or Thursday. You were like, get to it when you can.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay.
Yeah. Like, and I looked at the printer and I was like, honey, I need to be moving in.
Yeah, well, yeah, you started with print it when you can, and then it became, okay, no, now I need it now.
Right. Well, and Thursday I got some time to go lollygagging at the Tajma Dollar Tree, and I picked up another planner for less than $10. We're going to take a look at it. It actually is going to have a purpose for me, so we'll go with that and see where that is. But first, let's get the, energy overview out of the way, shall we?
Hey, there we go.
Excuse me a moment.
All right, so just a moment. He's having to relocate a puppy so we can get through the show without him being annoyed to the high heavens. Oh, so Brenda's listening and cleaning out all the kitchen drawers and cabinets. Hey, Devin. So yeah, now we understand. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you love the shirt, Devin. Yes, this is one of the newer shirts that I've gotten. I've got a few. Now I just haven't really been wearing them as much. I tend to wait till we have to go out somewhere and then I wear the new shirts. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm getting distracted. It looks like he's having a fun time getting Gizmo over to the... I'm sorry. He's having fun with Gizmo. Let's put it that way. Be glad he's off camera.
When is he counting to be 4? I'm getting tired of the tolerable 2s and 3s.
Oh.
That way he's shipping to Brenda.
Oh. Bless his heart.
Mm-hmm. Bless it somewhere.
Yes.
Okay. So, where were we? Energy overview. Sorry, guys. We are still attempting to get the Gizmo to be nice.
Well, we're trying to get him, in our iteration of the words house trained, we more so mean trained to be in a house.
Yes.
At all. Like, he's very house broken. He's got that down.
Right.
House trained, not so much. Not so much. He does great with his own kennel. He loves his own kennel. He totally kennel trained.
Right. I think what I need is a wall at this point.
Pretty much.
Yeah. And I'm about ready to build one.
Oh no, Brenda looks excited about the send the Gizmo.
After he's turned the bowl around the house, because he can.
He's a trip.
He is. All right. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So you start out the week with the Knight of Wands, exploring new mysteries of yourself and having a new passion for it. By the middle of the week, you're reflecting on what you've planted. And by the end of the week, it'll be time for some fun with the Five of Wands there. You just got to start going out and having a little bit of relaxation, a little bit of fun, a little bit of jazziness.
Is that the Eight of Pentacles?
7.
7.
Yep.
Hey, I was close.
Yes, you're getting better at your sight recognition.
Reasons Joe's not a reader. It's not high on the list, but it's one of the reasons.
Yeah. All right. There's that. So, first up is, and you all guys will probably not see this one much because this is going to be my Mystic Computers planner.
It is very cute. And Devin says, hell yes, I'm ready for fun. 60-hour work weeks are killing me.
Same.
Isn't it killing us all?
Same, Devin. We're going to talk about that too in a minute. But anyway, this is the only $1 planner. You guys probably will not see this on stream, but I will be using it. The reason you won't be seeing it on stream is it'll be my Mystic computer. Thank you. They're my own. I finally got them repainted. The cover quality is what we see like on the school planners. It's like what is this?
The plastic?
Yeah, the plastic. What is that called? It has a name. It isn't the vegan leather. It isn't a hardcover. It's a soft cover. Mm-hmm. I've thrown in some associates that I had left over from my experiment with the Happy Minis. But this is a great currently page. The month of. It's all undated. Yep. You can put your birth dates in there, your important dates. And then you have your month. Now, I do not like this, but this will work perfectly for Mystic Computers. The weekends are combined.
As I think is going to become the new practice for Mystic Computers is we're not doing any more meetings on the weekend when we can help it.
Right.
So I'm perfectly fine with that having a Monday through Friday and right. a baby weekend.
Exactly.
So sorry guys, we got hit with 2 client meetings this weekend, both yeah. And so on top of other stuff.
Right.
And so it was kind of like
so you get 12 of those in one packet, and they're all the same, blank, undated. The paper quality looks pretty good. What I've wrote, yeah. So my gel pen doesn't go through it, so that's normally my thing is, can you see through it? There's no seeing through it. Which is an improvement. And for $1.25, I can't beat that. There's a place on the other page for important notes. Then I bought the notebook paper, and it comes in a few different styles. There's this note-taking thing, which will be great for meetings. And then there is the grid style, which I think will be great for timekeeping, and we'll get to that in a minute. And then there's dot grid, which I'm still getting used to figuring out what I want to do with dot grid. My new system has a lot of dot grid in it. And then there's just blank paper, which is great because then I can design and whatever on it. Mm-hmm. Now this is half letter. So it isn't the standard Happy Planner, and it isn't the standard mini. And then you have notes and lists. So this was a great place if you just need to make a list of stuff.
Yeah, but it can be easier to print, especially if you're new to the world of trying to print your own planner pages. Mm-hmm. So if you're trying to do fill-ins for other things, you find other things you want to combine with,
right?
It can be a little easier. Now, how does it work in terms of hole punching? Because that's always the DIYer.
Figured that out yet.
Okay.
Because here is the classic, and the holes will line up perfectly for that. But you're still going to have a really weird ring at the top.
Okay. So as long as you line up below that first punch.
Right.
you can use like the Happy Punch.
The Happy Classic Punch.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the full letter punch would do better, and it should line up perfectly.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So yeah, go for it.
Well, I was going to say we've seen that with other planners that have kind of like the Martha Stewart planner, which is cute.
Yeah, and matches this punch.
Oh, it actually does match?
It's an 8-ring punch.
Okay. So
Yeah.
it matches the Martha Stewart punch, but it doesn't match the Martha, or does it? Because remember, that was the really weird one.
That planner matches the Martha Stewart stuff.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so you could actually use it for Martha Stewart. You could put it all together for Martha Stewart, and it would work well for Martha Stewart. All right, so the important pen test. And I got stickers because, of course, I need stickers.
Who doesn't need stickers?
Who doesn't need stickers? And these are the basic stickers. So for $1.25, you get 3 packs of stickers. Now, the problem with these is if you plan on writing on them, like these, you're going to have to use a permanent pen. The energy gels will not work on this. They will smudge right off. So these are probably going to be more decor stickers than anything else for me, because I'm not setting up a whole separate pen system. So we'll grab our mild liners. We'll go heavy, 2 passes, a light pass, and then a dot. We'll grab the Energels, which I love my Energel pens. These are the pens I've stuck to. And then we'll also grab a Sharpie, because the Sharpie fine points are also pretty good too. Okay. All right. So we've got some ghosting on the heavy mild liner. Faint ghosting there, so that's going to be a problem. But otherwise, it's pretty good. Like, we've had better, like, this is better even than the bullet journal days. So that's pretty good. Something new I'm adding to my system, and it started next week, but I was like, no, I want to move into it this week. So, and that is, y'all guys saw me try Moxie Life. Moxie Life was a lot. It focuses on 8 goals at the same time, running every week, and that's just not something I can do. Not right now. Are you still here?
Yes, sorry.
Okay.
We had a little work situation pop up, and I'm handling that very quickly.
Awesome. All right. Of course we did, because, now for those that are got a Hobby Lobby close, and you need 6 more months of a planner, they have their Happy Planners on sale for $4. I basically bought these planners for the rings.
Because the rings by themselves cost more than the planner.
But I'm going to be using I'm going to be using the next 6 months in the vertical layout for some things. But these rings, I don't know. Let me go and check the deluxe rings real fast. The rings are going on at the same rings. Yep. Is at Michael's for $10.99. I bought a 6-month planner. I also used the rest of the pages for other things. And the rings and a set of covers that are reusable for $4.29 minus 40%. So I needed more metal rings, so I grabbed it, I snagged it. But I also needed it for a planner. I am moving my goal system to the HB90 goal system. We're going to try it out for a quarter. It was $12 just for the quarter. The yearly she has it for $24. Granted, it is a print at home system, so Joe had fun with this. How was printing this into the classic format?
Actually, that wasn't bad. It was a simple reduction, and the pages are already shifted.
Mm-hmm.
So literally, it was send it to print, double-sided,
Uh-huh.
and wait for it to all spew out. At 84%.
Right.
And then send it to the printer, wait for it to all spew out, and then cut it. Just you didn't even have to adjust for the margin.
Right.
And yeah,
Yeah.
because that's the problem with some of the printables is they often don't think about the margin you need for the rings.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes you have to skew them,
Mm-hmm.
so that they have that margin, that gutter. Is technically what it's called, is a gutter,
Right.
for where it's going to bind at.
Mm-hmm.
But no, this one, it was just send it straight to it and cut it down at a standard size. Like
Right.
you could take the whole stack, just cut it, and then it was already ready to go. Just punch it
Right.
and put it in.
Right. So
So
that's cool. That's good, because that's been one of our problems with printables is it's either 84 or 82%, depending on where you need to set the margin at. So this one done great at 84, and it looks nice in the planner. And the first part of it is working on your planning, setting up your vision statement, why it's important, your ideal day, your big day, your vision board, what you need to be doing, what you should be doing, what you want to do, and then you start prioritizing your task. But before you do that, you lay out your task blocks for the day. I don't know. I started antibiotics on Thursday,
mm-hmm.
and I went back to being a day shifter. We're just
Pretty
going to roll
much.
with it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're just going to roll with it. So that means that, I've planned this week for 117 task blocks. That's 58.5 hours of work. That's not counting the podcast. That's not counting the dinners. That's not counting the personal care / house care or the classes. None of that is included in this, but I broke it down. My only problem is I need one more highlighter, and I may go on Jet Pens and get me a purple highlighter
Cool.
for breaking things out. So anyway, there's that. So we have my schedule.
Mm-hmm.
When you sit down to plan your quarter, you go in and you eliminate days. Like I'm not working the 4th. I'm not working the 2nd, which is next week. That is not in this quarter. It is. Like, she's got a couple ways you can set your quarter. And then you got to look at your reoccurring task, which is back here. And I broke mine down by project, because you can print as many of these pages as you want. So I broke down mine by project. And then you got to estimate how many task blocks that project is going to take in your week. You have technically 117 available. Well, I have 117 task blocks available. So you'd start with that. So 117. 3 goals I'm working on are actually incorporated in my recurring tasks, because my goal 1 will be setting up July. Yep, we are there, people. We need to get July set up. And that includes the auto post, the socials, the marketing campaign, and the sales campaign. That's my goal 1 for this week. My goal 2 for this week will be, I have to update West Virginia Psychic, and get it ready. And then my goal three for this week will be to update Psychic Coaching You.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. So goal one, I think, will probably take me about 5 to 10 task blocks. Okay, goal two, that's going to be I'm going to say it's going to be about 3 hours to update that site because I've got to build some stuff out. Sorry about that. And then, so that's going to probably be about 6 task blocks. And then goal three will probably be another 6 task blocks.
Mhm.
So that is going to leave me calculator. $95 task blocks left over is what I'm estimating. We'll see how many total task blocks is used at the end of the week. Here you'd write out your estimate on the reoccurring tasks and how many estimated they take and actually take, and then you'll keep track of it. I like that. I don't have any major notes this week. Yes, this is the page for next week, but we printed it off extra to pull it together.
Mhm.
So there's that. Here's like breaking down your daily tasks, your monthly tasks, your weekly tasks. So that goes into that. There's some more pieces like project brainstorming I haven't gotten to yet. I know there's some projects I want to do. Like I want to work on getting all 3 tarot courses filmed, and that's going to be a three month thing or refilmed. So those are going to go up. You guys can look for those classes, and then getting them up on the demand service. Okay. So that's what these pages are for. I'm going to probably fill those out sometime this week.
Cool.
Okay. So, and then, so you guys are going to start seeing, I'm going to probably do this as prep work so that when we get here, you guys you may see me pull the planner and show you what it's looking like, but that's about as much as it is. And we'll see how this blocking system works. If I need to change it, I'll change it. It's like Joe brought up that, I don't need to go out on Monday because he's not going to be here. Well, I'm still leaving it in there, and I'm going to take that time to work on something else that's not work. Because the 60-hour weeks are killing me. I agree. And I'm beginning to wonder if night shift isn't doing more damage. Because it's harder on the circadian rhythm and it's harder on the system. So, with that, I'm going to set this up here. Let's take a break, and we'll be right back.
Hey everybody, Lady Gwendolyn here, and as a certified spiritual life coach and shadow practitioner, I have thrown together everything that I have learned to develop a program that works for healing our shadow self and focusing on how we're going to heal ourselves for the future. I work with different types of energy work, such as EFT, TFT, and EFT energy. Reiki, access bars, and power forms. I've put them all together to create my own system that works. We also work with the tarot and the oracle. So I'm not just an energy worker and a healer, I'm a psychic as well. So you can go to Lady Gwendolyn Healing, find out all about me, and book with me on there. I love you guys, and I will see you out there.
Welcome back, Goblins! My name is Jason, and I am the host of the Esoteric Book Club, a podcast that examines titles on the magical, paranormal, the mysterious, and the strange. I release 2 episodes a month, in which I review books on esoteric topics, recap news of the weird, and conduct interviews with authors, practitioners, and experiencers. The Esoteric Book Club can be found on every major podcast service or can be streamed directly from esotericbookclub.org.
Hi, I'm Aeson Knight. I've been working as a psychic for more than 20 years. I was born with psychic gifts at the age of 3. And with that, I'm able to help you with your love. Relationships get very complicated. I help you understand what's going on, where it's headed, where your next love is, what the lesson is, and how to improve that. I also work in career and dealing with career fields and different job opportunities and things you would like to experience in your life. I use the tarot. My favorite deck is the Gilded Tarot, and that's what I normally grab. But I also read angel cards. I also read Ascended Master cards. And I use astrology and numerology in your readings. All that tied in together with my clairvoyant skills, I'm able to get in there and answer your important questions quickly, clearly, and fast. I look forward to talking to you. You have a great day. All right, welcome back. Okay, so let me go over to my catch-all. We're going to try to make Happy Planner work because I've invested a lot in the daily pages, and granted they're undated so they could hold there if this doesn't work out. But this is kind of what my week looked like. It went pretty busy. So we're going to keep to this format. I think that it works well. I'm just going to stretch this out more and put the task in when I plan on doing the things. Okay. So, how's your week been, dear?
A little chaotic.
Mm-hmm.
We had Wednesday was a trip. So yeah, last week was like there were so many iterations of Wednesday. Like it just kept changing.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, it was funny.
Mm-hmm.
Like Monday changed Wednesday, Tuesday changed Wednesday. Technically Wednesday changed Wednesday.
Yeah, didn't Wednesday get canceled?
Well, what had originally happened was I was supposed to already be in Princeton because of one of my great nephew's doctor's appointments.
Mm-hmm.
And so I also booked a client appointment.
Right.
Then I found out on Monday that I did not need to be in Princeton because there was no longer a need for that doctor's appointment.
Right.
Okay. So that left me with, oh crap, what am I supposed to do about this client appointment? And I was like, well, okay, I can honor that. I'll suck it up. I'll make the trip down. And then it turned around on me, and we found out that I had not written in an appointment for your mother,
Mm-hmm.
a secondary doctor's appointment. Now I'm going, oh crap! Now I gotta tell this client I can't do this. And then at the same time I'm finding that out, the client starts messaging me about, yeah, Wednesday's not going to work. And I'm like, okay, well, all right, that works. And, we will reschedule that. And I'm so sorry that doesn't work for you. It's
Right.
like, yay. Self-solving clients. Love it.
Right.
And, like I didn't have to ask for the change. She asked for the change.
Right.
Love that. Love that. Love when it works out with the universe like that. Okay, so then Wednesday morning I get up and my great nephew starts messaging me about his appointment today, back on Wednesday. And I'm going, okay, see, your mom told me that you aren't doing that. Was it like, what? Oh God, what's going on? And it turns out that she effectively jumped the gun telling me that. But it is ultimately where he ended up.
Okay.
So I'm like, all right, everyone made it work. I'm just yeah. It was just funny.
Oh yeah.
Because I started like trying to figure out, oh God, how can I make this work? And I'm like, okay, well you can't.
Right.
But it was a moment. I was just like, I heard Calliope music, and I swear to God, clowns were going to arrive at any moment.
Well, if they do, I only have one thing to say.
Stay out of my kitchen.
Bring damn coffee and stay out of my kitchen.
Bring coffee, stay out of my kitchen.
Yep.
How did we know? How did we know, Brenda? How did we know?
Okay.
Oh, my goodness.
So I've gotten quite fond of this, putting a little to-do list up here. This is more of a home to-do list, which I made the executive decision. And a lot of planner people will go, what? My home is part of my self-care. So it is listed in the self-care.
I think it's a fair place to put home care as self-care.
Yeah.
Because it is.
It is. If I get annoyed, if the house is messy, I get annoyed. It pushes my stress a little much. So yes.
Yeah, that's only fair.
Yep. All right. Let's see here. So it's here. Let's see what's here. Covering up that remember because this is more in the information center. All right. So when are you leaving on Monday?
That will be about 8 a.m. So I am up very bright and early. Yeah, that's 8 a.m. I'm leaving out.
All right. And Invisible leaves at 11.
Yes.
To 7.
Yes. And then I will hopefully be back. I'm hoping not to be gone till 6, but I do have to do a phone appointment on the road.
Okay.
Possibly.
Okay.
See, this is where Monday gets a little dicey.
Right.
Because I have a 3:30 appointment. There's a potentiality that I can get out of this doctor's appointment, take him home, get back on the road, and actually be home by 3:30.
Right.
But this is also the same doctor that my niece saw on Monday, who
took 3 days to get there.
Basically.
Yeah.
She had a 1:30 appointment and got seen a little after 3. So yeah, because they literally. Here's the thing with that appointment. I didn't even. It's so normalized to me now that doctors pull this crap. They booked her for an appointment time. That is a time that they leave for lunch. Not only that, it gets better. She's sitting in the waiting room. We watch the doctor come out and leave for lunch.
Mm-hmm.
We watch the nurse come out and
leave
sit in
for
her
lunch.
car and eat lunch, literally in the car next to us. And no, literally, it turned out they basically locked the office and left for
Why?
30 minutes. My brain explodes. I'm
Right.
like, what are y'all doing?
Right. All right. So I'll show you guys how I do this section next week. I'm not going to go through my whole rigmarole of this section. I'm going to just do like a big crystal here.
Yay, giant crystal.
Yeah. Well, this is the what is this? This is the Stargazer Idealism. And we've not used this one as a decorative planner. I've picked very few pieces out of it. But I think it'll work great for this week.
Are there stars?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just checking. The way the light hits them, they kind of
Yeah. Merge in.
yeah.
All right. So let's see how our Tuesday blocks are looking.
Okay. Let's see. I'm home. Invisible is 4 to 9.
Okay, let me get
4
the
to 9.
blocks put on.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
Maybe if I can find them. Just had them. So I'll grab a skinny for him. $49. You don't need a block because you're home.
I is at home.
Go ahead and set my gold piece in. So I'm just going to repeat the same process day after day, decorating each piece. And that's going to be how these pages work now. My top 3 tasks that I have to get done are right here. This will be my information section in Pretty. My appointments go down here. My day schedule will go here with the tasks, with the projects as the task blocks. If I've got home stuff to do, it'll be here. So with that, we're going to flip over and look at Joe's.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Pull mine down. Pop yours up. There we go.
Yeah. So I do have to go fill in my daily quote / affirmation.
Uh-huh.
I do have to go fill those back in. And the weather. I've got the weather up. We had issue.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm not ready to put the weather in yet either, so we're good there.
Okay. But no, I tried doing a theme. Or a semi-theme. I'm putting it together.
Right.
It wasn't like it was a pre-planned pack. It's just I'm trying a theme. So at the top of each page, I've got that tan leafy stripe
Uh-huh.
of washi.
Uh-huh.
Added a little embellishment there and added the little leafy plant piece.
Cool.
And so, yeah, that continues on over here with just the tan leafy stripe.
Mm-hmm.
And then added this to the notes section. I
Oh,
don't know if I'm
that's
going to
nice.
love it. Yeah, I know. It's really cute. It came with I believe, a different pack, or it may be actually out of the same pack. And I've struggled to use these a little bit.
Yeah.
Is because they never, I don't know, they don't quite necessarily work all the time.
Right.
I did do something a little different over here, and I know it doesn't display too well, or it looks just like it's dirty. Um, it's a watercolor brush stroke.
Okay.
So I was using that to highlight the time that I'll be on the road traveling.
Uh-huh.
As like a vague kind of cloudiness of like I'm in the ether.
Right.
So yeah. So
Okay.
that's what Monday's currently looking like. Tuesday's about the same. Like I went ahead and did that for the full week on the page elements
Cool.
that I added. So
Very cool.
we're kind of, yeah, I'm kind of liking that. I was kind of playing with what all can I do last week. This week I'm going more like, okay, let's try to make it look consistent.
Okay.
And that's where you see it has the same affirmation every single day.
Right.
Was I got the elements in, and then it's like, okay, I can go back and edit them.
Change them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm trying to use the brush stroke to see, because I like the highlighters that I was using,
Uh-huh.
but I don't like them at the same time.
Okay.
They work beautifully.
Right, but they look very in your face.
Well, I've tried two different things, and here's where my problem lies.
Okay.
They're really nice and transparent, and they come in a variety of colors.
Right.
I've tried using all one color,
Mm-hmm.
so that it wasn't as jarring.
Right.
So I could just see the blocks that are like pretty much filled, and get an idea about that.
Mm-hmm.
That gets confusing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went a different direction for a while and tried using all different ones.
Right.
Also jarring. Like, if I have a lot of appointments in one day, it gets very slap your face.
Right.
With like, it's the whole Michigan Bolt Company.
Right.
And so, I kind of stopped for a little bit. I've tried highlighting blocks, just with the highlighter,
Mm-hmm.
that's built in. I really don't have a like for that.
Okay.
That doesn't make me happy.
Okay.
So I've kind of been at a loss of like, okay, how do I make this work? I'm trying this. I have a backup idea.
Okay.
Though I haven't actually used it yet.
Okay.
I actually found that earlier today. And so I'm kind of waiting to see if the brushstroke is going to be too little, too much, too annoying.
Okay.
I will say it doesn't show up very well in, like, on the iPad itself.
Okay.
Which was disappointing.
Have you thought about using a lined box?
That's going to be the next stop.
Okay.
I did find line boxes earlier.
Okay.
I'm just not 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Try one. Let's go ahead and do that. And see what happens with that. Now, it may take me a second. I got to remember what this one's called. I think it's General Stickers Make Breaks. So I was looking for freebies because I do love me a freebie.
Mm-hmm.
And I downloaded these, which they are very colorful, but yeah, these are the ones that I thought the boxes looked like they were not as jarring. That I could live through them. It's a very big pack.
Right.
There we go. I think we're starting to get into the boxy boxes. Well, maybe. Let me make sure those weren't them up ahead. Because there's an actual sticker, like, because that was looking more like a listy one. Like, uh-oh, maybe I messed up and misread. No. Oh, no, that's what I wanted. So yeah, we can give this a shot. I'm kind of using a little bit naturey, so let me go with, I think that's a green. That's a seafoamy green, but it could work. And we'll start trying to see what I can do sizing wise. So, first rule of using stickers, images, or anything else on the iPad for GoodNotes with your digital planner, for the love of God, zoom in.
Right.
Or you'll fight it to the bitter end.
Right.
Because the resizing tools can be annoying. So I think we're looking at roughly, that'll probably work out about right. Now, here's the annoying part.
Right.
And this is a fun moment in digital plannering.
Yeah.
You can't layer like you can in some other apps.
Right.
And this may work or it may not work.
You can go ahead and take that off. Unfortunately, that's not going to work this week.
Oh, well, that's my whole basis for this one.
Okay.
So we're going to pretend
Uh-huh.
like he's going to take me swimming. No, I really shouldn't go, and I was going to talk to you about that later.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, that's not a good life plan right now. My dermatologist had to do a thing.
Yeah.
And see, that's what I was afraid was going to happen there.
Can you not bring it forward?
You cannot.
Oh.
That is the weirdest, most annoying part of trying to do digital planning is you get stuck having to do this, which is get rid of your first layer, your bottom layer that you don't want to be a bottom layer.
Right.
You hit cut. Oh, come on, drag over. There we go. Come back in, and then you can write on top of it.
Right.
So there we go. And then it stays perfectly happy. I have never figured out why there isn't a way to arrange layers. Because I do this all the time in so many other apps or applications for the computer.
Right.
But I do this in so many other places that it's like this was such a simple concept.
Right. Now, what do you think of that?
I'm thinking that's probably going to actually be quite nice.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you guys noticed, but I just moved that little brush thing over here under main focus, and it's totally lost.
Yep. And see, that's my problem with it.
Yeah. Oh, oops. Yeah, it's sitting right there, and I can't even find it. Now, if I hit edit, we'll all of a sudden see it. Well, I'm going to just cut it.
There we go.
There we go. So, yeah, I'm thinking this could be fun and work out well, especially, it also helps me have space to put in other items.
Right.
And it also delineates like travel time and things like that. Now I may have to, depending upon the size of the block
Mm-hmm.
and what's going on, like flip around where I'm writing the event name.
Mm-hmm.
Because it looks like that little top bar is going to get really tiny.
See, and what I would do there is put the time extension.
Okay.
Meaning 8 to 4, and then what it was, if I was using that block.
Right, but what I'm saying is if I have to resize that piece,
Right.
I think that upper segment is going to get too tiny.
Okay.
So yeah, it may end up just being a shelf for
Right.
me to put other stickers on,
Right.
while I use the lower one to write in. Because if I had to drop that down to a 1 hour,
Mm-hmm.
that might be a problem.
Do they not just have the color block that's just that?
That's what I thought.
Because what I was talking about, let me see if I know I have one.
Right, you use them all the time.
I do.
And I understand that, and that's what I thought I downloaded. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
That's what I thought I did.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Was something like this. Well, on the camera. That's a color blocks, and then there's lines in it.
I did not. Well, I have some of those. The ones that I have.
Yeah.
Pardon?
Here's a better one.
Mm-hmm.
See, it's labeled "Get It Done," and then you get your stickers.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that could very much have worked. Though I was looking for something a little more. Like I may come in for like a 1 hour
Mm-hmm.
and actually do the hard color block.
Okay.
Like this, like one of these.
There we go. Yeah, that would be nice.
You're right. These are a little more muted.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as in, yes, they're vibrant colors, but in a sense, they're darker than like the highlighters were.
Right.
But they're also like this palette is a little more muted. It doesn't feel so like Lisa Frank 80s.
Right.
And 90s. So yeah. So I want to see real quick what happens when we have to drop this one down. And I'm breaking the first rule. Which truly is, if you're going to resize, please, for the love of God, make your life easier. And zoom in. Oh. Don't do it. Here. Sometimes it's a little bitchy.
Right.
All right. And I don't think that would be quite so bad. Now, it's a little brighter for you guys than it is on the iPad, because this is more of a mustard, like a really darkish mustardy color.
Right.
But it's displaying a little bit brighter than it actually looks.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I could deal with even a few of those without feeling like, oh my God, what happened?
Right.
And have and potentially use multiple of the same color, or use multiple of different colors.
Okay.
So yeah, and mix and match it a little bit and do some different things. So yeah.
Yeah, very cool.
That can work. I think that's going to work better than the brush stroke.
I think so too. At least you can clearly see it. And that's my thing. Like, I like to clearly see things. That's why I color code things. That's why I sticker block them.
Now, I do have that with another one. And here's been my other problem.
Okay.
Is that, and I'm trying to find a really good, well, no, I think I know exactly where that's at. So one of the, like, this is some of the problems I've been running into. Is this is all part of like the same sticker pack, and it
Mhm.
has photo frames, but it also has like these notes and some of the tapes. Granted,
Uh-huh.
the tapes are washies, and it's all either too little or too much.
Right.
And like for instance, I didn't think this was really going to work out. Like trying to show you all a comparison here of what, and it is because some of these embellishments
Mm-hmm.
are way more embellishing than I need them to be.
Right.
As in, they're trying to give me photorealism and make it really feel like you have a really real planner,
Right.
and that these are really, really on the page.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of skews it. Actually, that didn't come out as bad as I thought it would.
Yeah.
I'm not hating it.
Right.
Little compressed, which actually I can go back and fix that because I can come in here and do a crop and just choose like the approximate of what I just did.
Mm-hmm.
And with a quick resize, get there. There we go. I just have to recenter you because I didn't get my crop quite even. Yeah. Because again, that's part of the issue is with all the extra space. When you start trying to crop it, it does get a little wonkier.
Right.
But again,
Too bad.
that did not come out bad. That is a parchment. Is parchment sticky note.
Uh-huh.
I don't know that I've ever seen parchment sticky notes in real life, but it's kind of cool that someone thinks those should exist.
Right.
I mean, can you imagine the Declaration of Independence covered in parchment stickies?
Well, they may keep doing that here soon, but anyhow.
Well, it does feel like that, right?
Right.
So I don't hate that as much as I thought I would.
Cool. So what do you think of the HB90 system? Because she has a digital version.
Well, I don't know that I'm ready to switch planners again.
Mm-hmm.
I do like that it is going to force you to focus on there are only so many segments of time in a day.
Right.
Hours, minutes, blocks, whatever you want to call them.
Right.
And you have to figure out, much like your spoons,
mm-hmm.
Is this how you want to spend it?
Well, not only that, but I like it, and I'll start pulling the weekly over. It'll actually be in between my dailies when we set up July.
Mm-hmm.
I like it because I've been slowly moving into it, but this got even more granular.
Okay.
Comparatively. Because so this is we need to flip me up.
Oh, yes. 1 second. Pull me down, pop you up, and put you over here. There you go.
All right, so this is what I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
And this is that 24-hour blocking it out.
Right.
Okay, and it never went as planned because there wasn't enough taken into consideration. This, however, goes even granular, and it's like, no, you only got 7.5 hours. You only have 15 blocks. If you have things that take more than 15 hours, you're done. You've got to figure out where to move it to. You ain't going to be able to get it done on that day.
Like, there's a limit. And I think sometimes it's easy to overextend ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Unless someone really smacks us in the head and says, okay, but what are you really doing here?
Mm-hmm. The other thing
you-
is she makes you put in your sleep, self-care and sleep first. Because you can't set, she has them pre-printed for times, but the times don't work for me because I'm not starting my day at 6 a.m. and I'm not ending it at 10. So I'm using the one that doesn't have the hours on it, but she makes you calculate your sleep time, and you have to figure out your 8 hours first, and then your self-care and your dinners and your lunches and all that, and your naps, and then put in your standing events, and then put in your task blocks.
Right.
You know.
So you can actually, one, you're starting with what should be the big immovables,
Right.
which are you need to eat, you have to sleep, for the
Mhm.
love of God, take a shower.
Right.
Start with those and your self-care, and then move down to things that are more moldable.
Right.
Like, yes, you have to work, but you can pour that like sand around the rest of the day.
Exactly. So, will this work? We don't know yet. We'll find out. And if not, we'll go back and redo the process. If 117 blocks are not usable, and it's more like, because hers is only like 84.
Oh, wow.
She takes 4 hours, and well, she's got 2 kids, so she's got a lot of kids and family time. But she takes 4 hours each night to game with her husband.
Oh, very cool. Now, see, that's self-care.
Yeah, that's part of her. That's her self-care.
Mm-hmm.
And then and then it's like, okay, go in here and put in your white boxes. Where do you need buffer time? Where do you not need planned time? Because it's important.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, take away 12.
I don't know. This is looking a lot like Excel, and there's 4 hours of gaming with her husband. I feel like my sister created the system.
No. Although I think she would enjoy her.
Sorry, it's a bad joke about accountants in Excel. They make everything in Excel.
Right. And you could do this in Excel. But no, I like her take on it. I like her take on taking your time and figuring out how long things take you and accounting for that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. All right. So I'm not ready for the weather. So we're not going to do the weather tonight.
Okay.
Because I still need to move into this. Next week's show will be longer because we're setting up July. My July starts next week.
Yep. If it isn't set up before July starts, it's going to be mid-July before it gets set up.
Yes.
There's a way around that.
Right.
Like, because we've done this a few times.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been like, it's okay that it's July 1st. We'll get it done.
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever month.
Right.
It's the 1st. We haven't done it yet. We'll get it done. And we do.
Mm-hmm. Around the 18th.
Yeah, we get it done around the 18th. And then the first, 2 to 3 weeks of July are like, oh my God, kill me now.
Right.
It's just Swedish Chef, do-de-do-de-do. Yep. I'm going as fast as I can, man.
Yep. All right, guys. We will see you later. Anna.
All right. So, of course, we want to thank Beverly Walker, Mika G, Kathy, Mary Winfield, Brenda, Shannon C, Shannon D, Lady Gwendolyn, Charles Shaw, Tracy Van, Caitlin Bell, and Devin. If you'd like to learn more about us, the show, or how you too can become a Patreon sponsor and receive all the wonderful benefits our baristas receive, which, by the way, includes discounts on a private reading with Aeson Knight of 25%, 50%, or 75% off your reading, please visit PCSPnetwork.com.
Yep. You guys have a great week. We will see you on Monday at 5 for Modern Spiritual. Patrons, be looking for your link.
Absolutely. Bye.
Bye.